to the Podsac Podcast. It's your boys Sheldon, Andre, and Coop. We're here to talk about anime gaming news.
I feel like you missed the hat memo for today.
Yep, you did.
Since I'm forward and he's backwards, you
have to go sideways.
completely sideways.
Yeah.
Also, the opening it's the Podsac crew now. We don't do names anymore.
I'm sorry, but we're all here. I know it's the Podsac crew, but I looked at our cast and I was like, these are the original Podsac boys.
I don't blame him for not doing it because it is
Just us three.
It is just us three today.
Us three,
It's a
but it
classic.
also just rolls off the tongue very well.
It does.
So
It works. It's us. We're back. Only
fair.
us. Pat ain't here. Anil ain't here. Everyone quit. It's just us again.
I think we should just fire them. We'll just keep Pat's equipment. We'll never pay him, and then go from there.
Pat who? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Patrick, who?
Pat who?
I'm sorry, but this has been living in my house for years now. The equipment is mine.
By common law, it's by
By common law. Wow, that's crazy.
Anyways, what's up, Sac Squad? Welcome back to another episode of the Podsac Podcast.
Is there
We've got a pretty decent filled lineup today.
anime and gaming?
Anime gaming news. No, but we've got like the messy mind's eye rollout that happened on PlayStation, Xbox's showcase that we'll talk about in a bit. What are we gonna be watching this summer in anime? Because I'm not too sure, except for maybe Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
But then there's the reviews for Wind Waker and Fire Force. that we'll get into.
Waker. Again. You hit it again.
I know.
This dude did it on purpose. It's Windbreaker.
I was like, I didn't know we were reviewing Zelda today.
Damn, dude.
Windbreakers. Breakers.
That a little bit.
Well, I was like, I didn't know we were going to review that. Okay, sure.
This is where you just come in and take the lead.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool.
So tell us
Anyway.
about Wind Waker.
Well, back in 2003.
Yeah, that's what. But of course, this is the new segment. It's the new tradition. We're gonna start with answers for Andre.
Answers for Andre.
You forgot how you did it, didn't you?
No. Got a
thought
question,
he
don't delay. It's answers for Andre. You
thought
think
he-
I'd forget that? I came up with that on the spot, bro. That was just
It
straight
sounded
genius.
a little different.
I felt like
Got a question,
I
don't
felt like
delay.
he was
It's
like, oh yeah,
answers
right,
for
and then
Andre.
hit it. But anyway, regardless, quick and easy A and B question for this week. Who?
What did you say?
I said quick and easy
Oh.
A and B question.
Sounded like he said cooking ain't easy.
Cooking ain't easy. You know what I
Cooking
mean?
ain't easy, and we're gonna hit answers for Andre.
Who has more aura, Minato or Itachi?
I seen where you got this from. I know exactly where you, because I follow those guys.
Don't say anything then. Because I saw it and I was like, that's a great question.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But I was thinking about that, and I had other people in mind. But well, I'm not gonna get into that. Itachi.
You think so?
Yes.
Why?
There is no. The glizz isn't like a fake glizz on Itachi. That dude did everything.
Yeah, the thing is, like with Itachi, you gotta think the aura doesn't even just come from like soul leveling.
But
like, Jinbu has,
Minato
like,
was like the only dude to ever be like, if you see this dude, run. Like on site flee.
Yeah. But the thing is, you don't understand. Itachi had drip. Like he had hard drip. People wear the drip.
No, I get what
Daily.
you're saying. But
Yeah.
Itachi had a war to prove himself. Or I mean, sorry, Minato had a war to prove himself.
Yeah.
Itachi did not. He had, I wiped out one of the strongest clans in the entire village.
I stood on
Fear me.
business. Yeah.
I stood on
And
business
who's gonna come up against him?
and killed my entire family, dog. On crib. He put up gang signs and everything. And then he wore the drippiest thing. Come on.
Itachi's dad had a Mangekyu, but his dad never used it against Itachi.
Damn. And I mean, Itachi does say one of the coldest lines I've ever heard in that entire show when he goes, every jutsu has a weakness and yours is my existence. And I was like, brother,
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like he is Riz God. He is Aura God. Like he is probably the hardest Aura farmer of all time.
Yeah, like
bro,
like,
Sharingan's
don't get me
always
wrong.
on for no reason.
Don't get me wrong, like Minato is cool. Like and you're right.
He
Like,
was, yeah.
People in wars know him and will run from him because they know of the yellow flash.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's all you see before you die is just a flash and you're dead.
But we talking about aura farming.
Yeah.
Itachi's got it.
Yeah.
He showed up and was like, Mongekyu shutting.
Yeah.
People were like, people were like,
the way you Mongekyu shutting.
people were just like,
The way you hit that
we're
was-
screwed.
was so-
Guess we'll just die.
We're so accurate. Mongekyu shutting.
Like,
I mean,
Kakashi was like, everybody shut your eyes. Only I can. And then, no, you can't, because you got like, I'm sorry, you got tortured for 1,000 years.
we have to go kidnap Naruto. Make it not obvious on the door. Hey, I'm here to steal you.
Mongekyu shutting. Like, I don't know what else to say. Dog.
And then not to mention that when him and Sasuke fought, and Sasuke,
and Sasuke thought he killed him,
Yeah.
and he was like,
and then
I'm here.
Yeah, and then bro hit that, and Sasuke's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Mongekyu.
Yeah,
He is-
legitimately, man.
Yeah, he is drip god.
Yeah. So I
he's
don't
him.
think it's much of a discussion. Like, people who
Minato is
think
cool.
Minato's got the aura, like,
Like, he's cool.
he's got aura,
Yeah.
but
He's
compared
cool.
to Itachi, nah, dog. And it's also like the amounts of Itachi that we got, they were the most impactful compared to Minato.
Yeah.
Even with the flashbacks, it wasn't much.
Yeah.
The only time he was really like, I felt like he was impactful was when we saw him like deflect the Biju bomb from the Nine Tails.
Yeah.
And then him showing up like at the end of the Great Ninja War to deflect the other Biju bomb that was coming at Naruto.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there is that, like, I have a friend who shot me a text the other day, and they were like, "Hey, I'm just starting Naruto for the first time because I never watched it," and I asked where they were, and they told me they just met Itachi, and I was like, "Homie, oh, you are in for," because when you first started it and you saw Itachi, I'll say it, I hated him. I'm like, this dude's a piece of shit.
Really? Why?
Well, because then
Because he offed his entire freaking lineage. I don't know. Maybe they're just killing an entire clan of people. You know what I'm talking about?
But then you learn the
That
context,
atrocity?
and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that I mistreated you so badly." You're
See, I thought the opposite. I was like, this dude killed his entire clan. That's badassery, first off. I'm like, who else is doing this? Who else is doing this? Like, you gotta think he's like the most feared man in the ninja world.
I mean, wrong. Well, that's crazy.
You're this dude's an open, basically like a terrorist in a sense.
No. He wiped out his entire clan. That's not being a terrorist. That's like, I don't know, cultural side, I guess.
Yeah, well, you can have cultural terrorism as well.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
he
guess.
killed his entire.
But you're telling me, like,
lineage.
yeah, like, sorry, what did you guys think of him again? Like,
He was in the beginning
I just
of the
thought
anime,
he was like the bad guy.
oh, for sure. Like,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
get me wrong. Like, he's a bad guy, but he's a badass of a bad guy. If he can wipe out what was supposed to be the strongest clan in the entire village,
okay, yeah.
on his
Now,
own,
sure.
same page.
him
Okay, yeah.
against like 3,000 people.
Sure,
Come on.
no. We're not saying he's not badass. Like
That's
the
like
things
Frieza
he can do is
against
crazy.
the entire lineup of the Z
Saiyan.
Warriors.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, but
Went up against Piccolo,
what Andre,
survived. Went up against Gohan, survived. Vegeta, survived. Goku, survived.
What Andre was saying
Trunks
though, was
dead.
at the first
That's where it
in the
stopped.
beginning. In the beginning of Naruto, you think that Itachi, you don't have like fond memories of Itachi. Like you might think he's actually not. You don't get.
I
much
thought
of
he
it
was like
until,
the
like-
end all be all like big bad of the show. That's what I thought.
Because you don't get to see much of him.
No.
Like there's not a whole lot in
Exactly.
the beginning, and then afterwards, that's when you're like, oh wait, Itachi
Right, but
actually
that's
goated.
my whole point. Is you don't get to see a lot of him, but every moment you see of him, it was always impactful. There was something about him that made him him.
Yeah, and then
People,
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Then he rolled up there right away before they even introduced who the hell these guys were. The Jonins, like Guy Sensei and all, they were on high alert. They were like, "Yo, who are these guys?"
yeah,
And then the minute it was revealed, like, that's Itachi Uchiha. Who is this guy and why is he such a big deal? He killed his entire clan. Wild.
yeah, wild. But then you learn the context, and then he went from like the big bad badass to like, do you need a hug badass?
His hand was forced.
Yeah,
If he wasn't gonna do it, Donzo was gonna wipe him out anyway.
yeah.
And he wouldn't have left anybody alive. That includes Sasuke.
Such a sad story. But yeah, so at the end of the day, Itachi more aura.
I think we're all in
Yeah,
unanimous
fair.
decision.
Yeah, I think we are. Again,
It's not even because
Minato is cool.
he's cool.
He did really cool things.
And he does have his own aura, but when you compare the two, Itachi's got the aura god form.
Yeah. He does. He does.
Sorry.
He's not wrong.
No, you could.
Brother comes in, leaves out with crows, Mangekyu Sharingan. I'm like, come on, dude. Amaterasu.
Sharingan is always on for no reason.
Yeah.
Sharingan just straight up looking like the Xbox logo because we got the Xbox showcase to talk about. I wanted a cool segment.
You don't get that kind of drip in Boruto. Sorry.
No, you don't.
Oh, God.
I'm taking shots at Boruto.
You always are.
Taking it. Yes. Xbox showcase. We've had a slew of showcases these last 2 weeks, or this past month. We had Sony, Nintendo, freaking Game Summerfest happened, and then Xbox came in.
State of play.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
That's what I mean by showcase. Like that's what I mean.
Okay.
My opinion, I think Xbox stole won the showcase this year. In my opinion,
Like you're talking about in terms of
what they were showing off, their presentation, getting like hype about things. I thought I've never been excited for an Xbox showcase ever. I always thought they were lackluster, they were kind of lame.
Yeah.
But this year, I don't know why. I mean, no, I do know why. Like they really delivered this year. I think they focused on the things that really mattered.
I mean,
Yeah,
you were
it
so
didn't
hyped.
feel-
You were like, I'm gonna go buy an Xbox.
It didn't.
I do want to buy their handheld.
It did feel like a boring, the when you look at the PlayStation showcase, the reason even for like a PlayStation fanboy, I look at the PlayStation showcase and I'm like, usually like, it's usually whatever.
You're a fanboy?
Yeah, I'm pretty much fanboy.
You dropped them for like PC for like 4 years.
I still would. Don't tempt me.
Then how can you be a fanboy?
No, because I glaze everything Sony does. Like when it comes to their games, I glaze their games. I'm not hypocritical of, or I'm not not hypocritical. I'm not I put no negative feelings on or negativity around Sony.
All the time.
So but whenever they come out with their showcase, I feel like it's just put together so lazily because there's no progression to it. It's just like trailer.
It's a slideshow on Canva.
Slideshow on Canva. That's what it is. There's no
about?
effort with Sony.
Oh,
and
I mean, realistically, that's what Microsoft did. But for some reason, I just felt more hype about their
they
showcase.
had a better.
You know why? Because your favorite color is green.
They had a better way of talking.
But if you mix blue and green, it's orange. So you're excited about both. Sorry, Cooper. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't even think that's true.
That's
It's not.
true.
It's definitely not true. I'm being an idiot.
He just said words that that were structured like a sentence and said it to you, thinking you would understand what he was saying.
That's 100% true. That's 100% true.
But back to Xbox. Yeah, Xbox did do a great showcase. I think theirs was definitely the most interesting.
Yeah,
their showcase was excellent for Xbox.
I wouldn't say excellent because I still don't think there wasn't anything huge and major that they were putting out. There's no big blockbuster coming out from Xbox, right? And other than obviously the big elephant in the room that we're going to talk about, but there was no like big blockbuster game.
That's not true.
In terms of which game?
Hold, please.
What?
I said hold, please.
Hold, please.
Hold, please, as Sheldon looks for the game.
Beast of Reincarnation.
I want you to ask 100 people outside what Beast of Reincarnation is, and I guarantee you not one of them knows.
This is the Game Freak game that they're fucking making.
No, I get that. I know what that is. But what I'm saying is...
I have words on that.
But what I'm saying is...
Okay.
Go ahead.
So we have that. Plague Tale Legacy. Indiana Jones is coming out with another DLC. Gears of War Reloaded. Clockwork Revolution.
You're saying names of games, and I've seen the trailers, and I know what games
you're talking about. Name a game that's not Ghost of Yote from Sony.
What do you mean? That's coming out when?
Name a game from the Sony showcase.
They none. And I'm not saying anything was huge.
GTA 6.
I just said this.
Persona 4, but that's coming across the board.
Sony was lackluster.
That's coming across the board. Persona 4 Revival. Hollow Knight Silk Song, which a lot of people are looking forward to. Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Outer Worlds 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Grounded 2. Do I keep going?
What about that like heavy metal game that we were...
Mortal Shells 2.
Yeah.
That game looks sick as hell.
Mortal Shell does
Invincible
look pretty cool,
VS.
Resident Evil 9.
Okay,
I'm like, I can't remember which showcase
that was. That was Sony.
No,
Silent Hill F.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Was Sony. Or was it Summer Games Fest?
Oh, that might have been Summer Games.
Oh
That
my
was
God,
Summer
there's
Games Fest, I'm
too
pretty sure.
many.
That wasn't, yeah. There's been so many showcases, but no, I just don't, like, I'm not saying that they definitely put forward the best showcase, and you are right. Those games are way better than anything that was showcased at Sony. Sony was probably the most lackluster. Summer Games Fest had, obviously, like, Silent Hill.
Like,
F,
it
we were
actually
talking
felt
about, like,
different compared to what, like, we've kind of seen.
Sure, for sure. Oh, no, and presentation wise, I agree. I definitely agree. I'm not trying to downplay anything that Microsoft is doing. I'm just saying that the other competition was so lackluster that I don't think it's like the best thing in the entire world. I just don't think it's like the best showcase I've ever seen or anything.
Let
like
him be happy about it.
that. I know. I'm gonna let you fanboy
Look,
out.
I'm just giving the Xbox the win this year because
They did get a win.
I'm not talking about ever, man. I'm talking about this year in terms of showcase. They were the best ones, and they had some of the better games being shown.
Usually,
Like-
when the week of showcases happen, I do look more forward to summer games and like state of play. But yeah, this year from seeing all of them and then watching Xboxes, I was more inclined to be like Xboxes kind of killed it.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. That's
Yeah.
exactly, and there's like the games are the reasons for that. What they presented,
Yeah,
like
and
Sony showing off what, like the big one was James Bond,
Yeah, there's
and James Bond
one.
honestly didn't look that great.
No, there's Mafia
Like,
Old Country
graphically,
too. There was like a couple other ones,
kind
but
of poor. Like you were playing a PS4 game, but even then, there are PS4 games that look better than James Bond,
oh, for sure.
which is crazy.
Nothing, I think, and the Stegmata game as well.
You mean Pragmata?
Or Pragmata. I said
Yeah.
Stegmata. My bad. Pragmata.
Idiot.
Yes.
Stigmata.
Stigmata.
Speaking tongues bleed out your hands.
Yeah. So I mean, you
That's
are
what Stigmata
you are
is.
definitely right. You are definitely right. There is some good games in there. What are you looking forward to the most?
Oof.
Out of everything,
Yeah.
fuck.
For me, I can say it's Grounded 2 because I played the beta and it was really fun.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Are you a
Me-
Grounded fan?
Yeah, I liked it.
Loser.
Game's fun.
I'm just kidding. I just didn't take you for like a Grounded fan.
It's fun with friends. That's the thing. It's like
Oh,
it's like
fair.
it's one of those games that you can play with your buddies, and you know,
Yeah.
you guys can. It's like Valheim in a sense. Like Valheim was really fun when I was playing that with my
You played
buddies.
Valheim?
Yes,
Wow.
played Valheim. Me and my buddies played Raft together. We played a lot of games together.
Raft may be the one I'm thinking.
Where you start on a raft and you build it out, and you have like all these cool things. You go to different
No,
islands.
Rust.
No, Rust is more.
Did you play that? I'm
Ru-
sorry.
Rust is more like the drop in. You drop in with nothing.
Yeah.
and then you
It's like
gather.
Ark Survival.
Yeah, it's like Ark.
Yeah. Oh,
kind
okay,
of.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know. I never got into that. That's
Fair.
not my style. Of game.
Fair.
And then they also showed off Solo Rise,
They did.
the 4-player co-op.
They did.
So what are you looking forward to?
Honestly, I'm
One game or a couple.
Whatever you're looking forward
You
to.
go first because you were actually about to answer.
True.
Resident Evil, Persona 5 or 4 and
Resident Evil was a PlayStation.
Yep, put that finger down.
for Xbox or as a
Xbox,
whole.
Xbox,
Pardon me.
Xbox.
I misunderstood. Persona 4 Revival.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
Did you
mean,
already
that
play
makes
that?
sense.
I played Persona 4 Golden,
It's gonna be the same thing.
but upscaled.
Just upscale bullshit. Like, God.
It's upscaled, dude.
Okay.
No,
If-
that's fair. I mean,
That's
if that's
fair.
what you're looking
No,
forward to.
my feelings are hurt now. I'm gonna choose a different game. Probably.
Let him crash
I
out.
bully people on this podcast. That's my job.
Let him crash out. Let him crash out.
What was the Game Freak one?
Oh, you're talking about the Beast of
Yeah,
Reincarnation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah,
Only
you?
because I really want to see another game by Game Freak and see how well it is.
Yeah.
It's been a hot
Honestly,
minute.
Yeah. Beast of Reincarnation and A Plague Tale Legacy, the
Mhm.
Resonance,
Yeah,
looks really good.
because the
it didn't
amount
even look like a Plague Tale game.
because the amount of people or just the amount of things I've seen online where people are putting like Pokemon and that game side by side and they're like, this is the same company is nuts to me.
Yeah, when that game comes out, people are gonna shit on Nintendo.
They're like, this is the same thing.
Because like I feel like after seeing this, Game Freak is capable of making a wicked
And I think
Pokemon game.
everyone has kind of said that.
now
And now
it's making me wonder if Nintendo's putting the law down on Game Freak and be like, don't change it. Because I can see Nintendo doing it. They don't ever change their Mario games.
No, even did you see the comparison between Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart World? That was brutal. Like brutal.
Like I get you're like a big Nintendo fanboy, but right now I think Nintendo's under a big microscope as to with what they're doing.
But it's so weird because you look at their sales
They've
numbers.
been doing it for years.
I know, but you look at their sales numbers and they don't lie.
No,
There's-
of course not.
Right?
Of course not.
Like they're still just
They're
killing
selling
it.
shit for sure, but I think people are going to be a little bit more thoughtful when they're going to purchase things now,
Hmm.
especially when we start seeing the comparison.
Fair. Yeah. My
Because
one
like
thing
this
is,
this Game Freak thing, I think opened up eyes to people
you know, they're
with Beast of Reincarnation and but this isn't the first time they've done a separate game. They've done other games. They just were never like
Showcase.
yes, thank you, like showcased or marketed.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them fell under the radar, and this is the first time they've actually got like representation.
Yeah.
Proper represent, because they're not owned by Nintendo. They're a separate
Yeah,
entity.
they're a separate
and I think that
entity.
was like
They're
a
just
big misconception with Game Freak was like
They're
owned by Nintendo, but
Nintendo.
no. They're
just in collaboration with.
Nintendo kind of owns Pokemon. They're like split between
Yeah,
Game
I've
Freak
heard.
and Nintendo, but
Yeah.
I think Nintendo owns more of that portion.
I've heard it's like split, kind of like 60-40
yeah,
kind of thing.
right. So what we're seeing is like Game Freak is letting loose, and Microsoft was the one that gave them the platform to let loose,
Mhm.
which makes me think there might be a little bit of a partnership with like Game Freak going on now.
I mean,
If they're allowed to be creatively like free as to what they want to do, and Microsoft's giving it to them, why would they stick with Nintendo? Microsoft's also got more money than Nintendo.
Possibly. I mean, I could see a world where Game Freak does more collaborations, but I think they will always be under the they'll always be doing those Pokemon games just as
No, of course
instructed,
of
right?
course they will, because
And-
that's a big part of their money.
No, exactly. But my point, my bigger overall point being, I don't even think that this game is going to make Game Freak look at or anyone like look at Nintendo differently. I think regardless of how the Pokemon game releases, they're gonna release and they're gonna look marginally better than the last one, and then people are gonna still buy the hell out of it, and you know there's still gonna be tons of people raging about it. But every single time I see this, year after year, people are like, Pokemon's never gotten better. The entire Switch life, Pokemon never got better. Pokemon never got
It's like-
better.
Call of Duty.
It's like Call of Duty. But still, year after year, they're raking money, raking it in,
Mhm.
just blowing out sales numbers everywhere, right? And it's just insane.
I mean, it's like Call of Duty.
exactly, and that's my point. Like
It's exactly like
gr-
Call of Duty.
overall, yes, Game Freak might make a few games outside of that, but end of the day, they're still going to be like, yeah, we're going to keep Pokemon the same way. I think Nintendo is just going to be like, nah, I see what you can do. It impresses me, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Just make your Pokemon game.
Yeah. Other than that, like their ROG Ally was their big
This is what I
revelation.
want to talk about.
That was their big
Is it the
reveal.
ROG? No.
ROG Xbox Ally.
or ROG Ally X?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, okay.
No,
there's,
no.
There's the ROG Xbox Ally, and then there's the higher end, the Ally X.
Yeah.
The
yes.
ROG Ally X is its own separate thing.
Yes. Yeah. There's
the
two
ROG
versions.
Xbox Ally.
Yes.
And then there's
Xbox.
the
make
ROG,
better
the
names.
Ally X.
Yeah.
The Series X. The Xbox.
No one ever said Microsoft was good with names. Okay, no one ever said that.
You hit me with that, and I was like, wait.
Please make better names. Whoever's doing the names, fire them. Fire them now.
Yeah, should just
Stop
call it
this
Xbox
man.
Ally and Xbox Ally Pro. That would have been the most simplest thing that
Yeah.
they could have done.
So easy.
Yeah. Anyways, that was the most exciting thing that they're now
And
getting.
the most random thing.
It was out
I
of
will
left
say,
field.
I was kind of like hoping that they would just have their own
Yeah, so this
thing,
is more of
and
a.
I think a lot of people were hoping that.
This
too.
is more of like a collab.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
it
is not Xbox being like, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. It's
Which
not
means
a dedicated
they could
console.
also do that with like Steam. Realistically, they could.
But I think they would have signed. They probably would have signed something with
Valve.
with Ace.
Well, Valve is like Steam has
Val-
been going onto their platform. They
No,
technically
yeah,
do
yeah.
kinda have to have a
Steam
partnership.
Steam wants to enter every platform, right? But the only thing that holds them back is like obviously like the like proprietary markets, right? Like Xbox is always going to have the Xbox Game Pass and the
Yeah.
marketplace,
All the
right?
clicks will
Except
always
for the
be
new
together.
Consoles that are coming out.
except for just the ROG.
No. Microsoft is bringing out a new set of consoles that will allow you to not just have your Game Pass on there, but you can have Steam, Epic, and like other platforms on your console.
Oh, really?
Yes.
On like a hardware, like their
At-home
next
console.
generation?
Home console.
Their next generation? Are we talking next?
Is that confirmed?
Yes.
I believe you. I fully believe you. I'm not even doubting that. I just want to know specifics. Are they talking about this platform? Are they changing this platform's OS? Or are they doing that? Is that the next generation that they're
I think
talking about?
I think the next and the last gen. Like their last kind of hoorah for like a console, I think is the one that he's talking about.
Oh, you're talking about, so this would be the next generation coming out in like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Right?
The PS6 gen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever,
So whenever
Xbox
that
is gonna put out, the Xbox
Triple X.
no, it won't even be that, because they got to make it really, really hard. The limited edition
Midnight Black
Xbox
Yeah,
Scorpio.
so for next generation Xbox console, the Steam integration will be a thing.
That's really cool.
Along with Epic.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like to see that.
So it's gonna be a very like watered down version of Windows.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Is this the handheld?
No, this
No.
is their next
This
generation.
is the console, guys.
Console.
This is the
Okay,
next
okay.
generation. We just went over.
Relax,
If
okay?
it was handheld, I would have said handheld.
Go in the corner.
No.
You're being bad.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
All this Xbox talk is confusing because so many different ones.
It's true. There is a lot, but that's cool to see. I didn't hear about that, but that is very cool. I like that. Their
sorry.
portable console, I really think that this is going to bring out, this is a big shot at Sony. And we were talking about this earlier today, like Sony really needs to put out a portable console.
My only
right?
points for the Xbox handheld is my only, I guess, concern is that it can do like Epic, Game Pass, blah, 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 all sort of like all these different things. How long is the battery going to be? Like, it's probably going to be shitty.
Yeah, I would say it
I
probably
would have to assume it's going to be the same that every other handheld has.
Yeah, you're gonna get like
yeah.
maybe 4 hours, maybe 3 hours, depending on the games, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what I would assume.
Yeah, because if it like apparently I think I heard it might have like Discord on it too.
I'm not.
I'm not surprised about that.
No,
It
they
should.
would, because like the Xbox console currently has.
Yeah, it currently
Yeah,
has
so
Discord.
like to have all these things open, like it's gonna cook the battery.
Yeah, I think it definitely will. You'll need a portable portable plug-in
Or just
charger
keep
for
it
this
charging
thing.
all the time. Which when people say, "Oh yeah, I just play it plugged in," I'm like, then just play your fucking computer. Or
No,
like,
that's the thing. This is strictly going to be a portable console. It is
Yeah.
a very good move, and I really want to see Sony jump in this. And the only reason I bring Sony up is because thinking back the last 6 months, there's been a lot of rumors going around on Tech Radar and everything about like a PlayStation 6 coming out this holiday. I'm starting to think
This holiday is insane.
which is completely false. It's not happening. But when I start to think, oh, they have been working on a portable console. There's been rumors about them working on a portable console for the past like year now, right? So we now know that there's some rumored thing coming out this holiday season. Do you guys think we would see a Sony follow up soon, or is a Sony portable console coming out 5 or 6 years later?
I would say it would release with their new system.
You think it'll be a standalone,
Not
or like
not
right
right
alongside?
away. No, not right away. They'll bring out the home console first, and then a couple years later they'll do their handheld.
Okay, so
That's what I think.
yeah, you're thinking like a 5-year
Yeah,
timeline.
because
like,
for them to bring out everything all at once is gonna, people won't be able to purchase both at once.
So
That's crazy money.
yeah,
Like you're dropping at least 2-3 grand.
so you wouldn't say in between
That's
now
insane.
and the PlayStation 6, which I mean,
No.
in our estimations, it's coming out in 3-4
No,
years, right? You don't think it's going to come out before that? You think it's coming out after?
Yeah, because right now their focus is the PlayStation Portable. They've invested in it, and some of it it's been selling decent, but it's not great.
Well, I mean,
for
the
them.
Portal they really fumbled on.
I can confirm it's ass.
Yeah, it's
I'm not surprised.
it's
Yeah.
one of those things that
Like they were really onto something, and they were so close.
they were so close. And the only thing that they really needed was the ability to download your catalog to that and just be able
Not
to
even
play
that.
them
But, well, sorry.
like remotely
To backpack
and not play them remotely.
off that, streaming games is always just, you're always gonna have issues.
Yeah.
Like I don't care who you are, what you do. I don't care if you're a nuclear scientist. Streaming games is always good. There's always gonna be an issue somewhere.
There's always some kind of thing that just holds it back. Obviously, internet speed is the biggest thing. But when it comes down to PlayStation making like a portable console, personally, I would like to see one come out like either like the next couple years before the new generation comes out. But my cynical mind makes me think like Sheldon, where I'm like, realistically, I don't see that happening, because they would be shooting the PlayStation Portal like in the back. They would take it out back and old yeller it. Realistically, Like they would have to because it
What
wouldn't
do you
sell
mean?
anymore.
What do you mean take them out in Old Yeller? That's not. What are you talking about?
They would take it out back and they would just shoot it and just leave
That's
it.
not what happens in Old Yeller.
Isn't it? Oh, maybe I'm mistaken.
No, like they live happily ever after.
You just piss off an entire generation of people.
No, I'm just playing.
Nah,
That
he
is
did.
what
He did.
happens.
Yeah, he did kill him, right? Like he took him out back. That was the whole fucking.
doing a
that was the
bit.
whole- yeah, I thought so.
He was so like, oh my god,
I was like, wait,
confused.
hold on. Am I misremembering things? Like, where my memory gone?
No, because like that movie. Okay, that's totally off topic. But back in the day, that movie, when parents found out how it ended, they would turn it off
Yeah.
before it got to that scene.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
be like, "This is how Old Yeller."
It's
ends.
horrifying.
So there is a generation that believes Old Yeller doesn't end the way it's supposed to end.
Spoiler alert: he dies.
way off topic. Though.
Way off topic. Yeah,
But yeah,
it's crazy, right?
that is.
Can you imagine? It's like watching Bambi, and then like you just skip the part where Bambi's mom dies. I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
oh, what
yeah.
happened to Bambi's mom? Oh, she went on vacation. she went on vacation.
Yeah, she is in the woods somewhere.
If you had to make a decision right now, because I know you've already made your decision in picking up the Nintendo Switch 2. If today you had to go out and buy a portable console, what portable console are you picking up, Sheldon? I want to know
I
this.
am curious. What like
Day, like with what's out right now.
With what's out right now, you had to go and pick up one. I know you're not gonna be you're
I'd
not
rather
really.
just die. I think.
Hold on, this is the man
that was so
this is the man
hyperbolic.
15 minutes ago. Xbox had a major win at this, and I would never buy
Oh
this
my
console.
god.
No, right now, I don't know.
I feel like for me personally, the Xbox is the most appealing.
Yeah.
It is the most appealing.
Honestly, at that point, there's no point in picking up a Steam Deck.
Because the Steam Deck's a little old now. It's a little
Yes.
dated. We're getting to the point where Steam needs to update.
Yeah,
that, right?
the Ally or the Ally X seems to be, in terms of specs, a lot better.
A lot better.
And you can access Steam on there. You
Yeah.
can access Epic on there. You can access your Game Pass on there. You can play PlayStation games on there. Like, hold my hand.
I was waiting for him to be like, excuse me.
Sorry.
You know, right now I think the Ally X is the most versatile of all the gaming handhelds.
The ROG Ally X or the Xbox One coming out?
Both of them.
Both.
God damn it.
Both of them. I agree.
Pretty soon Nintendo will be on there. Just watch.
I'm with you on this. I really I'm just holding my breath until Sony releases something personally.
No,
But
you can't do that.
if
if
I'm-
you're asking me this question, you got to answer this question.
I was
Why
just,
is no one
I was
gonna
just
ask me the
gonna, I was
question?
just gonna
'Cause
answer.
you already
it.
have yours.
Yeah, you already have the. And
Shut up.
I'm on his side. I would pick up the Nintendo Switch 2.
That's fair.
And only because I do like Nintendo games, and there's a lot in that catalog that I do enjoy playing. I don't see for me personally with a portable console. I'm looking for something that's going to be able to play just my big catalog that I already have, because I have a very large catalog personally on Sony, and I just don't have any catalog on Xbox. So I do have a catalog on Steam, but it's
I mean,
really
if you
old.
just get Game Pass, you have your whole catalog there.
Yeah, that's pretty true. That's pretty true.
Yeah,
That's
the
pretty
whole
true.
catalog is. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Sony wasn't releasing my favorite games, I would.
Yeah, the Steam Deck
Might go for the
is
Xbox, but-
slowly starting to get a bit dated. I can notice that.
Mhm.
If I could swap out my Steam Deck, I'd probably go with the Legion Go S, because it's like the first third party handheld to have Steam OS natively on it.
What are the specs on that? Because I've seen it, I just don't know much about it. Do you know like what it can do? Is it just
Everyone, so
It can do everything.
I'll be
Everything.
ignorant and say I'm not too familiar with it, but I have seen people call it like what the Steam Deck 2 should be. So like
interesting?
it's much stronger than the Steam Deck. I do know that.
Okay,
so-
cool. I will
So
look into it. But
This brings me to my next. And now that we're talking about handhelds, this brings me to my
Handholds?
questions.
handholds.
My question, yes, handholds. Is handheld gaming going backwards?
Yeah, you said
Like-
this to me and I was like,
Okay, so we have made strides going forward with handhelds, like in terms of power, what they can run,
yeah,
right? That amazing. I'm not going to deny that.
yeah.
But I feel like we lost the subtleness of what handheld gaming used to be.
In the sense of what?
In the sense of like, I can keep these in my pocket. Nobody really
Is
knows.
that Persona 4?
Like
Are you talking about size wise?
this was handheld portable gaming.
Mhm.
You just shove them in your pocket
Mhm.
and you take off.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just play it discreetly.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think it like this would have been a flip phone for some people.
Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Can I see this?
Like, yeah. Now we have like the Switch,
Mhm.
the Steam Deck, the ROG LIX,
Mhm.
you need a bag to carry these things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm just like, it's a
Oh,
whole
now I
thing
understand what you mean.
where like you sit down, you got to unzip your bag, pop this shit out, maybe possibly pop in your giant ass AC adapter for it, and like play your shit. Whereas this was like,
I agree.
you know, like
In
I
a
missed the
sense.
subtleness of just having something in my pocket that I could just pull out and play.
Okay. Now that I think I'm on the same page, I agree. I think with handheld gaming, we've gotten to a point
I feel
where
like we've gotten away from the purpose of what these used to be.
I feel like we've gotten to a point where handheld gaming is just like who has bigger dick energy.
Wait, no. I want to preface this.
Just let me
Go
get this
ahead.
out first.
Yeah.
So I feel like you said, like we all said,
Because am I not wrong? Does the Steam Deck not have a a mini like HDMI connector that you can hook up to your TV if you want to play it on the TV?
it does.
Okay, right?
It does.
Now-
No, it doesn't, but the dock for it does.
You gotta get, but I think the dock's separate. Like it's
It
a
is.
it's a accessory.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's an
Okay.
accessory for
Yeah, so like for me that kind of takes away from what portable gaming should be.
Yeah. So
It's your base. It's just a hybrid console.
I think-
so. It's not really like it's not handheld gaming per se.
I think aside from the Switch 2, a lot of these handhelds that are coming out are supposed to be like mini PCs. And you're talking about just the simplicity
Yes.
of turning this shit on, which I think, no, I don't think, I know, which is why I loved the Switch and the Switch 2 so much, is because it's simply a button and I'm just playing games. But like, I don't have to boot up this thing to
Well,
get
isn't
in.
the Steam Deck just power on and play?
It is, but at the root of it, it's still a Linux PC. So I have had issues where I've had to go into desktop mode, delete a file, XYZ, all of this to get something to run. But the Switch is just on and I'm going. So now that I know what you're talking about, I do agree that hardware side, it's just like who has the bigger dick.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on a
What-
sense that
no one's surprised.
I don't think that the reason is because when you look at classic handhelds, they have a simplicity to them that you're reminiscing on, right? My
When the
thing
hell did
is
you put these in your pocket?
my thing.
See, you didn't even know.
When did you-
When he went in-
I had them the whole time.
When did you
Yeah, you went and
just dawned on me. When the hell did you put them in your pocket?
You didn't even notice they were in my pocket.
So yeah, of course we didn't. But like I know
You're
what,
not-
what he's talking about is the
Salmon spring roll.
the difference between something small and handheld like the 3DS or the PSP, right? These consoles had proprietary games for them. They wouldn't really play anything that was on a standard edition console. They had their own limited catalog. Whereas now we see
They
more.
weren't limited.
Huh?
They had a shit ton of games.
No. They're, when I say limited, like they were
This
only
one
for
didn't.
they were only for this like you could get.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
That
yeah,
was the
that's
whole
what I
point.
mean. It wouldn't play on like the Wii. You couldn't get a 3DS game
But
on
Nintendo,
the Wii, right?
the Switch is like that.
No, the Switch is the culmination of both. We have a
Switch Lite.
sure, the Switch Lite.
That's their handheld.
That's their handheld version of it, right? But that
Oh, yeah,
still
okay.
plays the same games that the console does, is my point. This 3DS never played the same games that the console did. It played its own limited, like and when I say limited, I'm not talking about small. I'm talking about like its own
3DS games.
3DS games.
Yeah,
Its
yeah,
own catalog of games.
Yeah,
It had
okay.
its own games, right? Now we see portable consoles moving into the market of regular home consoles. So your Steam Deck, your ROG LIX, your Nintendo Switch now as well can play the games that your PC, your PlayStation 5, your Xbox Series can play, right? And that's the more appealing part to me because I never really those portable games were only there to bide time until I could play my more state of the art games
I think-
at home.
I think
And that's where my cutoff is. I want to play the games at home. These games were only for me a way to bide my time until I got to that point.
this is an age thing.
It might be, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
well, the thing is,
Explain yourself.
We like simplicity. Correct me if I'm wrong. You don't really appeal to like handhelds, like
Not
stuff?
anymore. No. As innovation's gone on, I've longed more to play the games that I have on my console or on my PC portably. If I could, if Sony came out tomorrow and I could get my catalog games and I could play them just like the way that the Nintendo Switch is, where I can like just load them on to my portable console and play them, buy it in a second heartbeat, and I'd play the hell out of it.
I think we're all in the mindset if they just do this again, they win.
No. I want a bigger.
I think so.
I want a bigger
yeah.
console.
Because I'll be honest,
personally.
I think I'm in the minority for this. But
Yeah.
when I bought the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
I tried to do the whole, okay, I play at home, I want to take it with me and play.
Yeah.
I found it cumbersome and annoying. And I just feel like it wasn't the same. Like the Switch to me is just another home console that I could have that I can take anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't like it's big, it's cumbersome. I have to put it in like a fucking backpack to carry this shit instead of just like in my pocket to play. It wasn't a quick thing. And even then, the games themselves, they're console games. They're not handheld games.
Then
Console games take like a minute to get in.
Then what are you looking for exactly?
He wants back to like a simplistic time where you could pick up a handheld out of your
In
pocket.
an hour, how much gaming can you get done in a handheld?
Oh, tons.
realistically, like back in the day, like you pick up, I don't know, Breath of the Wild, or not Breath of the Wild, Breath of Fire, sorry.
Yeah.
Or like Pokemon. In an hour, you can get a whole bunch done.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on a home gaming console, an hour, you don't feel like you're getting much done.
Well, yeah, because these games are much more expansive. They have much more like way longer load times. They
Not
have-
even that too, but like
Like, I think we lost the concept of what handheld games were,
simplicity.
which is like simple,
Yeah.
quick. It gets us from point A to point B in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And you feel accomplished within that short amount.
Yeah, with all these handheld PCs, don't get me wrong, like you turn them on and you can go. But on the back end, like again, since it is a handheld like PC essentially, if there's something like internally wrong, you have to like troubleshoot it, and like that diminishes. I will say, when there's shit going around with my Steam Deck and I have to go like internally, I'm like, I don't even want to fucking play this anymore.
Now, I know
Like,
some people will come at me and be like, just buy smaller games and play it on your handheld that way, like your portable home console. Like, just buy smaller games then.
Yeah.
But like, that's not the point. They were big enough games, but it felt like you were able to do a lot on them.
if today, if I could buy like a Game Boy Advance and buy Pokemon like Ruby and Sapphire again, I totally would.
You want games and what you're looking for in particular is games
that.
proprietarily made for these consoles.
That's
which
also
I
super
mean,
sick.
at the same time,
Very cool.
the Switch does in a sense have that to a certain extent, because a lot of their games aren't very like excessively large. Like
I feel like it's like
Legend of Zelda, right?
I feel like it's like the closer of everything.
Yeah, it's the
'Cause-
closest of everything.
yeah.
Like like what I've seen the difference. Like when I think about the difference, it's like everybody, when the 3DS and DSs came out, Game Boys too, like people just had them on them.
Oh God.
People just had them on them.
Walking around in the mall, picto
Like, oh
chat.
shit, I dropped it. Oh, I'll pick it back up.
Yeah.
You can't do that with these new guys. You just can't carry it around with you and like pop it out and play it while you're in the middle of a store waiting for a friend to buy something.
You could. You look kind of wonky, but you could.
Look kind of wonky.
See,
People did this nonchalant on the streets.
Oh, like don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm with you in this sense of like these. Like again, like I said, if I could buy any of these again, hell, I still have my PS Vita and I still like play it from time to time because like it was so fun. It was just very simple.
And it just started right away.
Yeah.
Things you just got things done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like I do think the closest thing I guess to it is the Switch in the sense of like on and then go. But again, it's like
the
case,
portability,
XYZ. Yeah.
The portability has definitely gone away. Personally, I don't mind it because
You don't game on the go.
No, I do. I did a lot actually. You should remember I did a lot.
On what?
The Switch.
You have the Switch with you?
I'm gonna
I
lose.
I don't know this.
I'm gonna lose it, man.
I don't-
lose it. You should know this. Every day I would have the Switch in the back. When we were working at GameStop, I would have the Switch in the back all the time. I played the hell out of Stardew Valley. I played the hell out of the Pokemon.
You play
games. I
Stardew Valley?
Yes, I played the hell out of Zelda. I played that thing nonstop at work. It was great to play at work. My thing with it is I am not currently interested in the lineup that Nintendo has right now.
Mm.
It's just there's nothing that's pulling me towards it other than maybe Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm really not willing to drop like a whole boatload on that game yet. And
have you played Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah,
really
yeah.
missing much.
I just said
You're
I played it in the
you're
back.
missing like the underground and the skylines, and that's it.
Well, I'm interested in that because I really did like Breath of the Wild. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I like the idea of having a bigger a bigger screen for me to play on. Yeah, it is cumbersome. You are right. Yeah, it is kind of annoying to bring around. But if I had the choice, I would definitely pick one that's bigger comparative to the 2DS. Personally, that's my own 2
I
cents.
mean, this might be a thing for me and Sheldon, but like you said, walking around the mall and seeing everyone like with their 3DSs and picto chatting and like
Used to be a
dude,
thing.
it was so fun.
It used to be a
like,
thing.
I wish I
Now,
could.
mind you, like, okay, I'll give the Switch this. They
Yeah.
don't have like the Miiverse stuff, so that's probably one big thing why people don't carry it around as often.
Yeah, because like,
Right, because the Miiverse made it a point for you to go around.
yes,
tagging
because
everybody.
you could collect things and
Yes.
say hi to the people, and I think that like everywhere, well, it was like the golden time. Yeah.
You know, it was those cool little simple things.
Yeah.
And then like with PSP and PS Vita, it was just like in the pocket, ready to play. On the bus, play. Like
You could watch movies on it.
in and out of my pocket. Whereas like with these new handhelds, it's like back in the bag, zip back up, strap on, let's go.
Yeah.
You're
Too
not
many
wrong.
steps just to freaking game.
No,
dude.
no, you're
too many steps.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I think
Like I don't think I'm exaggerating that either.
no, you aren't. You aren't. No, you're
Like-
you're underselling it. Actually, it
It's
takes
just
longer.
Zip, unpacked, power on. What game do I play? Play this. Okay. Oh, I'm at the bus stop. Switch back up. Clock. I don't know, man.
No, 100%.
Too many steps to play a mobile, like a handheld game.
You're right to
That's
a
fair.
certain extent. I would still do those. I don't care about those methods as much. Like me carrying around the Switch.
Because you drive.
Exactly. It was because I drove. If I was on the bus, if I was on the bus, I'd still play it because you still have like 20 minutes to do things. And on the Switch, you can get quite a bit done in the short period of time that you're looking at, right? Because these games are smaller. I do agree with some of your points. I'm just personally of the other mindset.
Which is.
I like bigger, the newer portable consoles.
So you don't feel like handheld is going backwards.
No, personally, I don't.
Okay.
I can see your point though. How like in the sense of like we've lost just simplicity and just like gaming as a whole, and now it's all about what can I cram into like this tiny portable
Literally,
thing.
because now it's going to become about what kind of frame rates can I get on this handheld.
Yeah, and
Yeah, the thing about
that's
the
an
frame-
entirely different story.
We're now getting like full on console games on a handheld, which is really innovative and cool.
It's
Like,
cool,
I get it, but
if you want to play it at its max performance, just turn this on.
yeah,
Well, that's the thing. It's like you do
Oh, I want to play it in my bed, then fucking move your
Yeah.
PS5.
Well,
yeah.
let's-
So that's where I'm getting at, where I think like handheld gaming is going backwards. And I don't know, like I guess you kind of see my point. with
I
this.
do.
Yeah.
I really do.
It makes me
honestly
wonder
do.
if you're gonna go home and you look at your Steam Deck, you look at your Switch, to be like, if you're gonna have different thoughts about it when you go home. Now.
Well, like, to backpack off what we said earlier, the Steam Deck is being a bit outdated. It is starting to like chug with like higher intense games.
Mhm.
And like I said, if something does go wrong internally, I'm like, now I have to go in desktop mode. I have to find out what file XYZ. I have to reboot it, and then I have to update things. And like it can be cumbersome, but the same time, it did revive my love for gaming. But
Yeah.
the Switch 2 is a simple, and then
Yeah, because like
I'm
now
fine.
when you think about it, too, it's like these mega handhelds that we have. There's some things that are different, but mostly they're kind of the same thing.
in the sense that they'll just look different, but internally they're starting to all have the same thing. And God forbid, some ports like God of War, that port was when it first came out was trash.
Oh, easily.
All Sony ports are just ass.
Yeah.
So
And that's why that's the specific reason I'm waiting.
Like when you
for
like
Sony
think
to
about
put
these things and like the evolution of like Nintendo's handhelds, like they've all been really different iterations of each other.
they have.
Really, except
Yeah.
for like the DS or the 3DS, that's where they were kind of like
And like the DS, the 3 and the 2 were all like kind of in the same family.
Yeah, the 3DS at that point was because like 3D was really big then, so they
Yeah.
were like, let's capitalize on
They
this.
tried to.
And they did 3D without 3D glasses, which was really neat.
yeah.
No,
but-
the 3DS was a
But
fire
like it made my
console.
eyes twitch like crazy because like my eyes couldn't comprehend what the hell was going on
Yeah,
with this 3D
yeah.
stuff. But then you got like Sony's handheld too, which was absolutely like pretty much a mini PlayStation, but still unique compared to the PlayStation.
Had like
Well, yeah, it had its own catalog.
Yes.
yeah.
He just wants his own catalog.
But
But
no, I don't know. I just miss these kind
He's
of
just
things, and
nostalgic.
it's a portability thing.
like Anil has said a million times, you're stuck in 2000. It's 2006, bud. You're stuck in 2006. But let's.
If I don't see you playing that, I'm gonna take it.
I was gonna bring it to the retro game show.
Let's-
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
let's get on to some of
Buy some games?
some anime.
So, anime summer's coming up.
Yep.
A lot of the animes we're watching are ending this year,
Thank
Yeah,
God.
well,
or ending soon,
literally next week.
like in a week or two.
Thank God.
It's like, what do we watch next? But
Nothing.
some of the animes that we want to watch aren't till like later.
yeah,
Like
we're
the
gonna
only
have a
one we
few
got,
weeks.
I think, coming soon is Dan to Dan,
Yeah,
the continuation, which is dropping a movie of the first 3 episodes,
Lame.
and then they're gonna do a series from there.
Lame.
Thank you.
Mm,
That's exactly how I feel.
lame.
About
Oh, isn't I might be on there.
it. Jin
Correct me
Cherokee,
if I'm wrong. No, the Demon Slayer movies in July.
July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we seeing it?
Chainsaw Man. Yeah.
Well, we kind of have to.
Oh yeah, we're definitely seeing it. We're also going to see
What
Chainsaw
bugs
Man.
me about that though is they're not saying that. They're saying that it's just the movies, but I feel like at some point they were like, "Here's the series," and
It will, but I don't think it will
But
be for
they're-
a while.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
though. They're saying
I don't. I think it's just 3 films and that's it.
Well, they're going to release it on streaming platforms eventually, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just going to it always does. Like within a year, not even within a year, under a year. It'll probably be like 8 months, 10 months and it'll be direct on there. Even if it's movie format or episodic. However they want to split it up. It's just going to go there, right?
So
But
this is what's coming this summer. Okay.
yeah, what's
The,
coming
the
up?
ones that we want to watch anyway. Dan to Dan season 2 starting July 3rd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like
Soon.
right in the beginning. Kaiju number 8 doesn't start till January 19th. Or sorry,
Huh?
July 19th.
I was like
Jul-
January.
sorry.
Wait, what?
My bad. Yeah,
July
July
19th,
19th is
yes.
when that starts. Okay.
Yes.
And then the one Patrick wants us to watch,
Gotcha
Gachiakuta. Or Gachiakuta?
Got your cooter.
Got your CUDA.
Got your cooter.
I was just gonna say
I got your cooter.
Got them cooties. That's starting July 6th.
Yep.
And I don't even know what it's about. But he
July
wants
is
us to
a
watch it.
very stacked month.
It's a very popular manga, a little bit darker. It's got some cool tones to it. It's
Oh,
probably
I
one of the
see. It's so elites are living in the cities above. This is Final Fantasy 7.
Stop with the Final Fantasy.
he has
reference.
to make everything Final
I
Fantasy.
know.
He has to. Everything's Final Fantasy.
Listen to this.
Everything's JoJo's
Elites
Bizarre
live in
Adventure. No, everything's
luxurious
Final
cities
Fantasy.
above, casually discarding the things. That's Midgard, dude.
Sheldon, you say these things like we're supposed to know what they.
You do know what this is because you played it.
Only the first bit.
That's the whole bit.
Oh, that's okay. Now I'm on the same page.
That's the whole bit.
you're not.
Okay, fair.
You're not.
No, I am.
What is he talking
You
about?
aren't. Shut up.
Go ahead. I want you to explain what he's talking about. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Do
if I don't-
Do it then. No, you know it so well. I'm looking you right in your eyes. Explain it to me because I don't understand. So no, Sheldon, sit back. Don't relax. Go ahead.
No, I don't know.
Come on. Back it up. You know. Yeah, I know. You don't know shit.
I want to say I do like to be very wrong, and
Just say what you think it is.
it's elite people living the top life and the bums living in the trash life, and they just pick off the
But
garbage.
what we're saying is, how does that relate to Final Fantasy?
Because that's kind of like the start of
That's
like
Midgard.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seven,
okay.
like in 7, the city of
Yeah,
Midgard is run by the company Shinra.
Yeah.
Shinra.
No, I get.
Shinra
You
has
know
divided.
this. I know you know this. I know you know this.
I thought you were asking like what the.
No. I
Did
know
I
you know
kind of
this.
say it like that's how it is?
I mean, you just repeated what I said.
Exactly.
That-
See?
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
But am I right though?
No.
Yes.
Are you right?
Yes.
So we're right.
I'm right.
Move
he's
on.
right.
You're backpacking.
Yeah, you're back.
100%.
You jumped on and you're holding him so hard. You're like, Sheldon, take me.
Yeah, 100%. And on his back, I just talk shit to you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I know what I'm talking about. Sheldon, what are we talking about?
Sheldon, tell
Yeah.
me.
So this gotcha. This name is weird. This name. This sounds like
Gotcha.
a brown word to me.
Yeah, it does.
Gotcha kuta. Like, I feel like I could just hit it in a brown accent and it'll be fine.
Very true.
Got your cooter.
It does look kind of interesting. I'm interested to see where it is. I mean, Pat has a 1-for-1 We have a 1-for-1. We have Solo. He gave us that,
Mhm.
and we started that. Really liked it.
Mhm.
And then we started Sakamoto Days, and Core 2 of that's coming out. We're not watching it because we
No,
dropped it.
remember Oshinoko?
None of us watched it. I didn't give it a chance.
He
We
got
watched
us.
the first
He got us to
episode.
watch the first episode, and then he told us about the brother and the sister hooking up, and we decided, no, we're not watching this.
Yeah, he goes too far.
Because
with
yes,
these things. He
technically,
needs-
as a soul, they're not the same. They're not related, but by DNA and blood, they are related.
By appearance and everything
Okay.
else.
fair enough. But like for Gachiakuda, it
So we're
sounds a
watching
little
it.
interesting. And it does line up where we could start Dan 1 week, the following week get into Gachiakuda.
It'll
and
be
have
Dan-
Dan,
and then
we have a
wait
couple weeks,
3 weeks for
for
Kaiju number 8.
number 8
Holy.
because Kaiju's coming out wicked late for no reason.
I really hope they're changing some of the animals.
And we're gonna and I think it would be good. We'll go back to that I think 3 animes because they're all gonna be cascading a little bit, where we have like weeks in between. So
True.
I think we're still gonna be able to juggle all these things.
Summer and fall are usually pretty anime heavy, so it
Yeah.
kind of makes sense.
And
It
we're
is,
It
yeah.
does.
and
like-
fall's coming around with some big ones. We have like One Punch. We have what else is coming out? My goodness. We have the Chainsaw Man movie is coming out in fall.
Holy shit, I
We have-
forgot about the movie.
Yeah,
Appa- apparently he hasn't.
I have not. I have been waiting for it. We have a lot of things. A
Are
lot
you
of things. to go
still
over.
reading Chainsaw Man?
No.
Chainsaw Man or Chainsaw Man 2.
Huh? I didn't even know there was a second one. What do you mean 2?
I won't say anything else.
Like, is this continuing?
I will not speak or
He can't,
read.
Well,
he
you-
can't say anything. He can't say anything.
Well, he can't.
I don't
with
wanna
that-
Patrick
no,
it.
no, no,
He-
no.
Oh,
Yeah, don't
so
let
you're
him.
saying you suck, but you can't say it because you'll give spoilers.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm doing you guys
There's
a
no
favor.
way you can think of it without giving spoilers.
No, because he doesn't even know what you haven't read 2 at all.
What do you? Yeah.
Is it a time
one?
skip?
No.
Interesting.
But we will get into that. Let's get back to the
So are
the
you
topics
reading
of-
them?
Oh my goodness. Let's get back to what anime
Yes.
we're watching.
Okay. That's what I asked.
Oh, then yes.
What anime are we watching? So we're gonna go,
Well,
with those 3.
one Kaiju number 8 is definitely a must. I think because we all love it and it's dope as shit. Like,
It is a really good one.
yeah.
I agree.
Dan to Dan, I really want to say, I don't know, man. The fan service throws it off for me. Like,
I'm hoping we see less of it.
I don't think we will.
You really don't.
I don't think we will. And
Okay.
that's what kind of like rubs me out. Like, Dan to Dan is a good show. I feel
It's got
like
a really cool.
the fan
idea.
service just takes away from it. It's not needed.
I say we give it a shot. And you know what? If there is a mad amount of it, we can drop it. It's one that we can
Is
keep
fan
on.
service ruining anime?
Because at the same time, we have a
Or
few weeks
are
to
we
watch
just
it.
aging out of that shit?
No, it's just weird when they're really portraying it's the
Because-
portrayal of the characters, because certain characters are portrayed like children, and that's what
Like,
High
let's
school-
be
Dan to
honest.
Dan.
High school you would probably be 100% down for Dan to Dan. Am I wrong?
I would no, it'd be weird. It's still weird.
I want you to really think about high school you.
No,
And
high
how
school,
you were.
hold on. High school me wouldn't even watch anime. I didn't watch
Okay,
anime in
there
high
you go.
school.
Because high school me would watch this.
Yeah, I assume.
High school me
High
would.
school me would be like, all right.
Yeah, and early 20s me would be like, okay. Now for me, it just feels like it's uncomfortable.
And I think too, it's just like there's the fan service that I'm seeing is just it's mostly, and it's weird, mostly portrayed in like teen girls or like
This
everything. And I'm like, why couldn't it just be like Rangiku tripping and be like, whoops? and I'd be like, I'm in.
Yeah. See, I'm all about that. Like even when it comes to Dan,
Yoririchi.
Oh my God.
I'm all about the grandma. Right? She's fine. She's an old woman. Sexualize her as much as you want. It's fine, right? But it's when it comes to it's the
And
portrayal
I'm
of
down
children.
with the old women.
Hell yeah.
It's my forte.
I'd like to hear.
That's
man.
my escape.
Exactly.
I thought we were saying names of cars.
But
What?
Kia Forte, Ford Escape.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you knew cars like that.
So I say we pick up
Salmon
Dan
swing roll.
if it gets to the point where the fan service is overtaking the show, kind of like what we've seen in like Fire Force, we have the option of dropping it because we will have kaiju on that like up and coming.
And this Gachi Akuta thing, whatever.
And Gachi
whatever
Akuta.
this is gonna be about.
Gotcha.
Got your
It's
cooter.
interesting. I'm very interested to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to get onto some anime?
I'm just
review,
like,
or-
I don't know where it's gonna go, but yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing.
cool.
Yeah.
It's finalized. Let's get into some anime reviews.
When the hell's
What we're reviewing
Paradise?
this. What are we reviewing this
Huh?
this episode? It's episode 11 of Fire Force
Yes.
and episode 11 of Windbreakers for season 2 for Windbreakers and season 3 for Fire Force.
The final season of Fire
The final
Force.
season
So late.
no, is this final? This isn't final season. We're having
Yeah.
one more.
Season 3 is the final season, but it's broken into 2 parts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
So
I was considering it season
Fire
2
Force
but
season part 2 or core 2.
Core 2.
is
the finale.
Is going to be out in January 2026.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant like this season is the complete end. Like
No,
this,
no.
right now
No.
is where we're ending, but that is not. Yeah. So let's get on to Fire Force.
It comes out the same time Hell's Paradise comes out.
I was about to say,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be a cool one. I
Yeah.
would like to see how that fares up against Hell's Paradise because I feel like I'm gonna like Hell's Paradise a lot more.
I mean, I think we will.
Yeah.
Man, flower, woman gods in hell paradise.
Hell yeah, brother. So let's get into this episode of Fire Force. It was
Easy.
crazy. It starts off exactly where the episode ends with the pillars coming out of the water. We see some cool pillars shooting out of the water.
Wasn't it just one pillar?
It was just one pillar.
Yeah.
And
That we know of.
that we know of. But we know
Dun-dun-dun.
there's more pillars because they've said it a million times.
It's true.
Jaume, and then it cuts to Jaume just saying like the great cataclysm is finally upon us, and then cut to intro. You're
You're the only one that took notes, by the way. I didn't take any notes.
Oh, I know.
Why just let him take notes? I'm going to be here forever.
No,
Maybe take some notes on, dog.
Yeah, maybe you should take some notes. Actually, my notes are pretty short because there's a lot of stuff happens, and we see a bunch of people like pop up. Like we see Honda Civic, and
Honda
Squad
Civic.
2.
Why would tell? It's a car episode.
Yeah, it is a car episode.
The captain's
Captain
name
and
is
Honda. Yeah,
Honda,
yeah.
Okay, so Captain Honda and Squad 2 are showing up because a big, huge mech or Titan Infernal. It looked like a mech. It looked like a really
It looked like a robot.
yeah, like an Iron Giant
Yeah.
style.
Well, I was telling you guys, and you guys were like, "We have no reference to this." I was like, "This is literally ripped from like Final Fantasy IV with the Tower of Babel and the Babel Giant." And you guys were like, "What the hell is that?" And then completely fair. But when
No, I know because I'm just gonna backpack
doesn't.
off you
yeah,
here.
knows.
true.
Yeah.
You should be backpacking off. me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sheldon.
Which is completely fair, but it like I'll put images up as a side by side comparison next time, and people will see like, holy shit, they look exactly same.
Yeah, Cooper. They look the same. Okay.
I just don't. I never said that. Did I wasn't even against you. I just don't know. So yeah, we also cut to Yuichiro and Oguro, and they're kind of up on. They're like on this building, kind of
Some
overseeing.
new guy and the smoky assassin. dude.
Smoky assassin dude. If you don't know who these guys are,
He's the one that
it's-
beat the shit out of Shinra when he was a kid and beat up that new kid that he's
Bang.
now the protector of.
and Oguro is kind of his handler
my God.
in a sense. And they're there to pretty much stop the mech. They're like Oguro's asking Yuichiro, "Hey, can you do you want to stop this?" And he's like,
It looked
Well-
more like a giant suit of armor.
"Yeah."
If
Yeah.
if you want to get technical, like mech, yeah, but like to me, it looked more
The smoke.
like a black suit of armor.
Very true. The smoke dude, Yuichiro, he said something really funny. He's like, "Yeah, I think I'll fight it only because it will wipe out the weaklings, so I won't be able to play with them anymore." And you're like, "Dude, you're twisted. You're sadistic."
This guy's gonna kill my fun. I have to kill him
A
first.
little more dialogue goes along, and then Captain Honda Civic. I literally said Captain Civic. I didn't even say Captain Honda. His name is
Wait,
Honda
year is
Civic
it?
now. No, Captain Honda tells Squad
94.
2 and his
The
army
best.
to fire on it. They start throwing like cannonballs and everything at it, just attacking it. The Titanic Inferno falls, and they think they got him, but no, he's still alive. Of course. We also do.
Who's
see,
still alive?
the Titanic Infernal. He's like, he just comes back up. He gets
Oh,
shot down
okay,
and then
yeah,
he
yeah.
comes right back up. We see a little quick shot of Shinra flying towards there with Scop on his shoulder. Just a quick
Little
glimpse
Scope.
of that. And they're like, we gotta get back, Goku style.
Mhm.
And then Captain Honda Civic's like, yo, Juggernaut, get out here. And we get the boss return of Mr. Juggernaut. Of course, he comes back.
Which we all thought he was dead.
We all thought he was dead.
Yeah.
And he's got like a new set of like armor on him. Like
Prosthetics.
he's upgraded.
Well, one, I thought dude was dead.
Yeah.
I like in season 2, I think we all thought he died.
Yeah, because he got shot.
Well, he didn't just get shot.
Like
He got dismembered.
Yeah.
Like significantly.
Yeah.
And then he just showed up with like a robotic leg and a Mega Man arm.
Yep. And you know what was really
So
funny though?
Am I wrong?
No.
You know what's really funny about the whole situation? He just kind of walked up. Like there was no like grand entrance. It was just like cut. He's walking up. Juggernaut, we need you to attack him. And he's like, aight. And you're like, no.
Well, it kind of was a grand entrance, sort of, because it was a return of a character we all thought was dead.
No, 100%. But they didn't give him like the epic moment of coming in and like do it. It was just kind of like
That's
him
because
walking.
Shinra took it from him.
Yeah, very true.
Shinra took out his epic moment.
Because right after Juggernaut loads up to fire, what ends up happening? Shinra jumps in front of his shot.
And we had no idea why. Until like 5 minutes later, and Scott was like, don't destroy the tower.
Yeah.
It's protecting like lava from coming up.
Yeah,
but they weren't aiming for the tower. He was aiming for the robot.
I know.
was like-
And Scott's like hanging off of Juggernaut, like, no, you can't have
This was
the
a very
pillar."
backwards ass episode of Fire Force.
That's what I was saying.
really
This episode
was.
was so like, it felt like it was everywhere.
It really was. What ends up happening is Shinra ends up getting blasted
Nice.
into water. And then Yutaro, the smoke guy, the sadistic smoke guy, he jumps in to save Shinra.
Yes.
Because Oguro kind of tells him, hey, you go save Shinra. His handler's like, yo, go do this.
And if he lets him die, he gets his pay docked.
And he's like, well,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. And so he goes
All
in.
about the money.
No, I have
He
to.
goes
save
in,
this dude.
the Titan Infernal starts punching the water. He's dodging, gets back to the dock with Shinra and the new white-haired the spiky white crown dude
With the black hair?
With the black hair
Which
from
I'm pretty sure he's wearing a helmet.
He is. That's just a helmet.
I feel like he's wearing a helmet.
Yeah. It's like a crown type deal. Right around his head. But he shows up and he's just floating there.
Yeah.
Like just in the sky.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to literally unbeknownst
Shinji's?
to
Yeah.
Mr. Honda Civic and Oguro, and he starts making them fly up.
Yeah, because they say, why are you floating? And he's like, from my POV, you're on the ceiling. And then like the world flips.
Yeah, and at this point, Yutaro
Sakanade.
Is that the move's name?
That's a
or
Shikai.
before this all happens, Yutaro actually jumps off and like is heading towards the Titan Infernal to attack it. And Oguro's kind of falling from the sky because of this white dude, and he's about to obviously just drop into the water. And well, I don't know if that would kill him, but he'd be in the water. And Yutaro is like, "Yo, don't worry, I got you. I'll save you."
Be more exciting. You're boring him.
No, I'm sorry. Ogoro's about to die, and Yutaro sends out a bunch of smoke, and he saves him. But the Honda Civic still goes into the water. And so that ends up happening. We see that white crown dude steal Shinra, or start to steal Shinra.
Yes.
What ends up happening while this is all going on is the Titan Infernal's kind of standing in the water, and he starts charging like an attack. Literally just charging an attack, and just apocalypses half of the city. Just like shoots a beam of fire and incinerates a bunch of people.
Yes.
It was insane. I was like, damn, dude.
It was something out of Digimon.
It really was. He had a hyper beam.
The
That was
Shinjamon kind of shit.
crazy. During this, we also see Juggernaut shoot off like a really cool
volley
of like attacks against him.
The X-Buster.
Mega Man?
Yeah.
Got it.
We see right after
Not
that
Final Fantasy?
happens.
No.
We see Squad 4 show up out of the blue. We got
Oh yeah.
Ogun.
Ogun
we got
returns.
Ogun returned. We got the captain with the whistle and one other character that I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
I almost had something that was so out of pocket that would have been horrible if I said it. And I'm not going to say it.
How'd
but
you guys feel about Ogun coming back though?
I like him. I think he's one of my favorite characters.
We saw him get some cool buffs. What ended up? He jumps off, just starts charging at him. The captain is like
He's the only man who could have beat Captain Burns.
Literally, the only man.
He's on his hoverboard.
He is, and he gets buffed by the captain.
Yeah.
And one of the other characters, I can't remember their name. Right now.
Yeah, I can't remember his, but he gets a shield buff.
Yes,
and then gets attack buff from the captain.
The ESOL ripoff.
Yeah, basically.
And then he uses Fire Force dunk.
He uses no, not the Fire Force dunk. First off, okay, he hits him with the fourth force dunk.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
all right?
The fourth
force dunk.
The fourth force dunk.
Hits him down.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Absolutely destroy him. But hold up.
I love the tuft of hair that's just like.
Hold up.
Should have left it.
Because
Now
you
it's like you're balding.
Sorry, my hair going crazy right
Minute
now.
you mentioned balding, he's like, no, I gotta fix this.
I gotta fix my hair. Yuchiro, out of nowhere, just comes up with a smoke scythe.
Yeah.
Just
I was
straight
like,
up smoke
That's
scythe.
an Easter egg. I'm like,
Well, prior to that, Ogun breaks the arm of the giant knight thing.
Yeah. He hits him with the fourth force dunk.
Cranks the arm off. Goes, meh.
because they thought they weren't doing damage to this thing.
No.
And then he did find cracks.
Yeah.
And he was like, we can bust his arm.
Attack buff.
Well, Juggernaut was
shield.
like, attack his arm.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of damage down there.
Yeah, and then Ash dude, Sook guy, he summons a scythe and goes, and then explodes. That's essentially how I saw it.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Actually, you're not wrong.
That's kind of
There's a bunch of like black smoke went around it. Like it wasn't even that.
It
really
was like
that
a cool
Like,
scythe, and then he's like,
yeah.
and then like it was a whole anime shing, and then just it like poof, and then it was into the water.
Yep.
Just sound effects were great.
So you don't have to add them.
The crown dude, the dude with the crown who is there from
Then he was like,
the evangelists. He ends up being like, well, good thing this is the first step in the great apocalypse.
Not to mention, this
deal.
entire time after Shinra got nuked by the thing, just out cold.
Yeah, he's been out. No,
Yeah,
no. He's still floating with the dude from
and
the evangelist.
he was the one that argued to Captain. I'm the only one that can stop this and fight on water.
Just to mention, like when he got hit by Homeboy's
Juggernaut?
like beam, he was like out the entire episode. Like even in the air,
Yeah,
just out.
I was like, this is pathetic.
It really was.
I assumed he would have like woken up and like maybe him and Ogun fusion dance, and now they're like fucking Shingun. I don't know. Ogra. I don't know.
No, they're Yasuke, the Black Asian.
But yeah, like just the fact that like he was just, the entire episode, I was like, this is kind of deflating.
Well, the evangelist.
Yeah,
dude,
after he made a big deal about going out there to fight him.
The evangelist
after he was
dude
the
with
only one who
crown.
was like, on the way up there.
Let me end this episode. So
No.
the evangelist dude
I wanna
with
hang
the
out with you
crown
guys.
is holding Shinra, and in the back we see Ching and who there? Who there?
Baby Show. Show baby.
It's the guys
Shinra's brother.
show.
He's gonna be on the attack next.
It's the guy in the show named Show.
I feel like his switch up was so anticlimactic.
You're not wrong.
You
Yeah,
know?
kind of.
Like an adult
last
burst,
episode, he's
who
like-
are you? I'm your brother. Out of adult, like, that's my brother.
I gotta go.
I'm leaving.
Hey, Show, you want to hang out?
Like,
No,
I
but-
was like,
No, I got stuff I gotta
It's
do.
just some
Cool.
of these story elements that you're just like, why? This doesn't need to be. It feels so unnecessary.
Because Show's like friends want to hang out, and then the last person, he's like, "You're coming with
because
me."
at first he was such a dedicated person to the White Clad, and then
Yeah.
Shinra like won him over.
Didn't him and Shinra just throw hands in like
yeah,
the first
and
season?
then Shinra won him over through battle and like talking, and
Yeah.
Show was gonna leave with him, and then he got messed up, brainwashed, and was like, White Clad power, and then
His
this,
words, not
the
mine.
Adolda burst started
that
happening.
was you were teetering on something that was wild.
Hey man, you take. I'm not wrong, but take it how you want. If you want to be racist, be racist. That's not where I was going with this. Anyways,
Are we racist?
yes, yes, you are. And then the
Yes.
Adoldo link happened, and he was like, "Yeah, we're family." And then Vin Diesel came into Show's mind, and was like, family, and
No, you
shows
can't.
like,
No. Vin
yes,
Diesel.
he's my brother.
Vin Diesel actually drifted in a Dodge Charger, popped a Corona on the windowsill, and handed it to Sho and Shinra, and was like, family. And then they all took a sip. And that's how the end of the episode. That's the end of Fire Force right there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I spoiled it for everyone, but no, that is where the end of the episode is when Sho shows up. It is the end. It cut roll credits. We see a little bit of a preview for next episode. Some cool stuff coming up.
It lives.
It lives. Wow. Pokemon Bank, Pokemon Transporter, download play. You're really focused on this pod right now, huh? What do you guys rate? What do you guys rate this episode? What are you giving it?
This episode.
Wait, hold on. Dre, what are you giving it? Can you turn off your 3DS for a second?
Sorry.
Jeez.
I haven't played with this
Just
thing.
close it.
No.
Fine then. Like a 6.
Don't worry, I'll edit all that out.
6?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'd like a 7.5.
7.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it a 7. I give it a solid 7. I think it was okay. Wasn't anything crazy. Some cool things happen. Weird things happen.
So
It's all
a
good.
decent amount of CGI in this episode.
Yeah, that was really off-putting.
Yeah.
It was really
I was
off-putting.
very unlocked in this entire episode because again, like just a lot of things happened that, and like I couldn't follow like one scene because another thing would happen, and it was a new bunch of people, and then like a new.
There was a lot of quick cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of.
And Shinra being knocked out the entire time, just like
18 conversations happening between a bunch of different people just showing up out of the blue.
18
Just
different conversations we were having while the episode was running.
very true.
yeah,
very
and then
true.
Shinra just being like knocked out the entire time, just it was like, then why'd you show up?
Very true. Very true. I like that.
Loser.
Because
Well,
Sho showed up.
we have
Shinra didn't
one
show
more
up.
anime to get to. Windbreakers with episode 11.
No, Wind Wakers.
Wind Waker's Legend of Zelda starts out with
Sakura and the team.
Sakura and the team, Tsubaki and all
Trying to get the Master Sword.
All of them are back at
Link and Navi and the whole team.
Yeah, they're all back at the
Hylian
restaurant.
Shield.
Hylian.
They're all back at the restaurant
Hylian.
where they were eating. We get some cool shots
Hilda.
of like some karage and some noodles being cooked up. It looked
The
really
food looked
good.
really good.
It did look good, dude.
Anime food always just hits.
I think a bit too much of their budget went into the food. Honestly.
Fair enough.
This isn't Food Wars, guys.
there's
Stop.
The gang is celebrating for the safe rescue of Shizuka and for their new joinee of Suzuki and Gravel.
Yes.
Well,
Gravel's the gang.
Yeah. But they kind of said like, oh, you guys can get jobs. We need jobs here and there, and da. We'll take you guys in. That kind of deal in the last episode. Sakura takes a big bite of some really good looking gyoza as well. You pointed this out. Dude, that gyoza, I wanted some.
Hungry.
It looked good. Cut to intro, of course. We get and then right after the intro, we actually get cut back to the ending of last episode where we had the creepy guy, like the gang kind of in the alley after the fight, after they've kind of taken on Suzuki and Gravel. And there's a dude who's sitting on the roof there. We don't know who he is.
Look
but
like
he's
fucking
calling him
Batman
loser.
in the
Looking like
rafters.
Batman. And this dude got tattoos everywhere. Tsubaki looks crazy. I can't remember his name now. The leader of Roppo Achiza. My goodness, he always slips my mind. I don't know why I can't remember his name. But all of them are like, "Oh my goodness, it's you." He jumps down, almost breaks his leg.
Yeah, bro's like, that was a
Bro's
bit
like,
too.
"Oh." He does the Family Guy.
Yeah, bro hits that hard.
He really does. We see Tsubaki kind of being like, "It's you," and this guy being like, "What? You're not going to tell your underclassmen who I am?" And
No.
Tsubaki ends up
No.
doing that. Tsubaki's like, "Sakura, yo, this dude's a legend. That dude is Endo." And what was his last name? Endo Yamada. This dude is Endo Yamada, a Furin, an old Furin member, a Furin member who has
Legend.
since left.
Yeah,
And Nirei's like, "Oh my goodness, it's Endo Yamada. I know of him." Of course he does because he's a nerd. Endo actually says something right off rip, which kind of threw me for a loop. He's like, "Oh, you're Sakura." He knew who Sakura was.
Because he was at the fight.
Because he's at, well, yeah, because we find out because he was at the fight with Keel.
You're fucking spoiling it, man.
I know. I'm getting there.
That was
Chill.
at the 3rd episode.
No, I'm kidding. I'm
No, I
kidding.
know.
No, the fact that he said that he was there.
He was Endo knows about him because he watched him at the Keel fight. He saw how Sakura failed, and
He's like, yeah, you were kind of a bitch.
yeah, you were kind of all over the place, and then out of the back line, Nire, don't talk about my boy Sakura. I love that kid. He the best. Kind of what he said.
Yeah.
And then Tsubaki and the leader of Rope, she's please can you find his name? I can't off the top. It's not there. I don't know what it's something with a K.
Isn't it Konchan?
Konchan, yes, Konchan. My goodness, thank you. Tsubaki and Konchan just immediately out of the blue, just like dash at him and are about to punch him, and Endo just go like nah,
Block.
nah. Everyone starts attacking him. Every single one of them starts attacking him. He's like, he's just dodging everything. He is Matrix, legitimately just dodging everything. He's got a Sandevistan on. He is slowing down time and dodging all their moves.
He's
every
like,
single one of them.
He's like, you guys aren't Furin, so why are you so uppity? And then
Endo's about to clock back, and Suzuri's like, wait.
No.
Oh wait. Sorry. Yes, you're right. I know
so
where you're
let him
coming
explain
from.
it.
Go ahead.
Oh my god, I can't remember.
Now that he's on the spot.
No.
he lost
I
everything.
can't remember his name, but homie with Guy Patch. He goes,
Hayato.
goes, huh?
Hayato.
Suo, thank you. Suo goes, okay, fine. I'll jump in, and like he comes in with like a heel kick from heaven, comes down again. Nah. And then at one point, Endo has 3 people swinging on him, and he goes, "What's up, fam? What's going on?" And then they all stop, and then Sakura goes, "Ha, bet."
Comes
and then
over.
right hand on Suo's shoulder kick. Endo stops it, and he goes, "Cool, you're Sakura, bet."
Yep.
You know, why are you with all these fools,
Well,
dog?
right after that, what ends up happening is before they go into like Endo actually starts to like wind up and get ready to fight, Suzuri actually pops out of the back line. He's like, wait. Let me talk to him. The leader of Gravel is Suzuri, by the way.
Yeah.
So he comes out of the back line. He's like, wait. Let's go talk. This is me. This is something to do with me and you. You don't got to bring anyone into this. Suzuri does something crazy. He gets on the ground and literally bows to him, like full blown.
Like Gravel.
Endo walks up, leans over, and he's like, he starts patting him on the back. He's like, "You look so you look like a bitch." Is really what he said.
Actually.
He's like, "What are you
He's
a
like,
part
"I
of
like how you
Grovel?"
grovel.
Yeah, Grovel. You get it? Play on Gravel. Smart move.
Because he was groveling too.
He was. Endo ends up being like, you know what? We'll do this later. Sakura's about to like go back at him, and he does the aura pose, which we thought was really not an aura pose, but Endo looks back and he's like, "We'll do this later." And Sakura just stops.
It was a silly.
It did look
like I think it was meant to be intimidating, but like
it was pretty
it didn't
funny.
feel like it.
I laughed at it really hard because it was pretty funny.
they were trying to pull like a Hisoka moment.
They were.
Yeah.
They were. We then cut back to the gang at the restaurant. Suzuri is trying to apologize, saying, "This would have never happened if it wasn't for me. I'm so sorry. I take onus on it." And Sakura's like, "No, family. We take all of this on our shoulders. It's not just
sorry,
because
it's
of you."
pissing me off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Typical main character stuff.
And then they end up having some more dialogue, and Tsubaki ends up asking Suzuri, "Hey, what did you dream of? Like, what was your dreams when you were coming up?"
To be a male stripper.
That was Tsubaki's. No,
right.
but
You were right. It's just they have the same haircut, and his looks more terrible than Tsubaki's. I thought they were going to be the same thing.
True.
Funny.
Suzuri says that he always wanted to play some games, and there was a small little Easter egg in the beginning that you noticed. There was a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I think it was like
it's the Bontendo Twitch.
Bontendo Twitch. And so
Yeah.
Kanchan comes out with the Nintendo Switch and he's like, don't worry, I got you. And I got a few games. And they start playing which game? Koala Kart
8.
World.
Oh my god,
8?
right. Yeah. They were playing Koala Kart 8.
They really were.
I was like, what game did that feel like?
Koala
Yeah,
Kart World?
it was literally Koala Kart 8. I was
Yeah.
like, this is crazy, son.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's Cario taking off in his Cario Kart.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
It was pretty funny.
so they start playing and Suzuri's really enjoying himself and Sakura can't lose.
They
He,
had
well,
a
he
cow
actually
on there, too.
he loses like 10 times, but
Yeah, they did.
That's
Nirei's
funny.
like, don't worry, I'll whoop your ass one more time. Don't worry about it. I got you. And then
There should be product placement in anime.
True. I don't know why there really isn't. It doesn't make any sense. ROG Ally X, could you imagine you just pulled that out?
Boop.
They started playing Gears Reloaded. That would be crazy.
Shit.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it.
So after
Don't hold
that,
back.
I
Just
don't
let it
know if I have to.
we cut back to the gang on a rooftop, and we have the 4 kings and all the generals just like at like a
the
picnic
generals
bench.
of the 4 kings.
The generals of the 4 kings, and they're all sitting around the table, and they're all waiting for this thing because Tsubaki actually ended up telling Umiyama about
Umami.
Endo.
Ferrari.
So they're all sitting around
This
waiting
is
for
Cooper's
that.
episode today.
Mm.
He's leading the charge.
We cut back to the whole gang. Cut back to the whole gang, and Umiyama just walks in. Of course, hey guys, how's it going? We got some stuff to talk about.
Why
They're
you
all-
late?
Roll
And they're all talking
credits.
about taking the ring to Mordor.
And they're all talking about taking their
This is
ring
the
to
Fellowship.
Mordor. No,
Fellowship of
we
the
end up
Fury.
with them there at the with
Sakura's
Umiyama
literally
obviously
Frodo.
showing up.
Change my mind.
So we know what
The Dark Lord wants him.
We know what next season's gonna be about.
Yeah, they're gonna journey to Mordor.
If you were gonna say it, I was gonna say it.
Losing my mind.
Sakura, throw out the ring. No.
How do you guys feel about this episode?
Windbreakers was a 7.5 out of 10. It was really just a more an info dump episode, right?
It really
Like,
was.
Yeah, like we got a little bit of fighting. We learned about who Endo was and how he was a part of.
Learned
Blue
about the tattoo man.
yeah,
Yep.
which is Endo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we learned about him and then
Yeah, the
you know,
tattoo
I said the
man.
name. I said the name like 25 times during
know
the
you
entire
did.
segment.
I know you did.
Didn't pick up on it
No.
once.
No, not entirely.
He's
Yeah.
like Endo, Enderman, and
Endo Ferrari.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he thought we were talking about
Which
F1.
This makes me believe that there's probably more than one person that left Bofrin at this point.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I feel like there is.
yeah. Because you were saying last episode that you think that he's not even the top dog. That there's
No,
more.
he's not.
That there's more out there, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm inclined to believe.
Well, I thought he was working for another gang to get this girl, but now we've learned that it's some old man that just wants this girl.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds weird to say.
well, I mean, that's Japan. That's how they are.
True.
So, like, I thought it was going to be, unless this old man is a part of a bigger gang and he's like a head of a gang of some sort. I don't know. But I just feel like there is more Bofrin people that may have left Bofrin.
I'm curious to see that. I like this Endo guy. He seems cool. He actually has like a character to him because most of the like antagonists so far in the show have been, I don't know, kind of just the same.
Yeah.
Like there really isn't a whole lot different. This is the first character that really has his own unique persona. And he's a memorable character in your mind. Like that's a character I
His
won't
wolf
be
tattoo
forgetting.
is kind of dope too.
The whole tattoo thing, the way they've actually designed him, like he doesn't look like just a copy cut paste of any other character we've seen in this show, which is kind of cool to see. So that's why I personally would give it a 7. I give it a 7.5. Or actually, you know what? I'll go 8. I feel like I did really enjoy getting that backstory on him, and I'm actually excited to see where the next episode goes, because the next episode is going to be the planning for next season, and it is going to be that teaser that I'm going to be looking forward to.
Right. Okay.
So personally, you know what? I'm going to give it an 8. Dre?
Probably like a 7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Feel that. We're all kind of pretty close. So yeah, that takes us to the end of the episode. We actually, after this, are going to the
Retro Game Fest.
Retro Game Fest. So we
This
will
will be the first time I think we, as a group are going to some sort of event.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have some.
You're not excited for this at all.
We're gonna have some cool stuff coming for that. So
Yeah,
stay
he was
tuned.
planning to go alone.
I know.
And then it became a pod thing. He's like, great.
Yeah,
I'll have to
great.
be in public
My
with you guys.
goodness.
Weird.
So yeah, thank
Not
you
like you've
guys
been in public with us before.
for watching this episode of the Podsac podcast. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, share. Look forward. Put the bell on so you can watch that Retro Games Fest, so you can see what we're going to.
Andre needs
look
some
at.
ideas for answers for Andre, so like hit him up.
Yeah, yo, leave us some answers for Andre in the comments. We can get to them. We can we'll implement some subscriber
Absolutely.
comments. Let's do it. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.